sisters, welcome back to the Tea Talk.
Bro, you know what's sad?
Okay.
America is ranked 19th in happiness, bro.
Dang, no cap. I thought we would be at least top 5.
I know, right? I wonder why we are ranked so low.
Spill that tea, sis. Today we have our fellow sisters, Kelly, Alexa, Mackenzie, to help us answer this question.
Hello.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on this?
I believe we're ranked lower than expected due to the depression in our country.
Yeah, I heard that anxiety disorders are the most common mental illness in the U.S.
Yeah, I read something from the Anxiety and Depression Association of America the other day. The general anxiety disorder affects 6.8 million adults, or 31% of the U.S. population. Yet only 43.2% are receiving treatment.
Wow, really? What do you think is causing all these problems, though?
It could be caused by multiple different things: school, work, relationship, etc.
I keep hearing social media has a huge role with this, though. Is that true?
Most definitely. For teenagers, social media is one of the biggest factors for the start of depression.
But it really can be tricky to say there's just one thing causes anxiety and depression, because you always have to take in consideration several psychological, biological, and environmental risk factors. Although I do agree that for many teenagers and even adults, social media does contribute to the rise in anxiety.
With all these so-called perfect influencers, not just teens, but people in general compare themselves to these social media stars.
This idea of being perfect in all ways leads to vulnerable people being convinced that they are simply lesser than what they are, not to mention the ideals that some students believe they have to live up to when they are around their peers.
This type of thought process can lead to a very dangerous line of self-diagnosing. Self-diagnosing can lead to dangerous effects, believing that you may have something that you may not.
Across the entire spectrum, it really is impossible to know all the factors that have to contribute to the overall influences that people are confronted with when they go online.
Could the already high rate of obesity in the country have anything to do with the relationship of the rising amount of depression?
Most definitely, there is a definite correlation between the two. You could even see the inclusion of the increase in alcoholism.
That's true. Alcohol for some people ends up being a coping mechanism, one that people get trapped into.
Do you know that 1 out of 8 Americans suffer of alcohol disorder?
But we can't keep getting stuck in the cycle. There has to be a solution to make this at least somewhat better.
Yeah, we see how alcoholism is as bad as it was in the 1920s.
According to AP News, in the late 1910s, just before Congress banned the sale and manufacture of alcoholic beverages, each American teen and adult was downing just under 2 gallons of alcohol a year on average.
They continue by comparing it to today. They say, these days it's about 2.3 gallons according to federal calculations. That works out to nearly 500 drinks, or about 9 per week.
I feel that as more technology has advanced, the rate of obesity, depression, and alcoholism have increased too.
Yeah, for example, the machines are taking simple jobs from people.
Technology in the work field causes us to sit back and relax more. One article, The Conversation, states, computers at work have encouraged us to be completely static for most of our day, bringing its own unique health problems. Television, computers, and mobile phones are now completing the job of keeping us still outside of work.
What kind of unique health problems?
There are a lot of physical health problems. For example, even people who work out regularly are still at an increased risk for a frightening list of conditions, including obesity, diabetes, heart attack, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and even cancer when they spend most of their day seated.
Since the 1970s, the prevalence of obesity has increased throughout the U.S. and has become a huge issue in the
70 million adults in the U.S. are obese.
I know body image and insecurities are a big problem too in the US. And I think social media is to blame.
Social media and certain apps cause trends that make teens want to gain certain types of fame.
Yeah, like TikTok. Everyone wants to be the next pretty, hyped, and skinny dancer.
Social media often makes teens feel like they need to compare themselves to others.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I feel like, damn, I wish I was her.
Yeah, I feel like the only way to fix it is by improving your mindset.
Yeah, and regards to social media, the focus needs to be on setting good examples for young impressionable teens rather than flaunting money and bragging, which causes insecurities.
Throughout this whole process for betterment, you need to have your friends and loved ones to back you up, giving you the confidence to continue moving forward.
On a personal base, you gain confidence in yourself by surrounding yourself with good friends and improve yourself without changing who you are.
I agree. Sometimes we cannot blame social media, and we have to know how to improve ourselves and rely on other healthier things to fuel our self-esteem rather than the internet. As a class, we can start by spreading positive messages when we use social media.
Damn, so it seems that I'm still that one, Steve.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna go get a towel.
I'm gonna go buy some more tea for next time. Okay, bye, sisters.
Bye, sisters.
Bye, sisters.
Sisters.
Peace.